Good evening. I am on here briefly to talk about the loss of a parent, the grief that comes along with that. So, in November of 2016, I lost my mom. Just August 10th, 2024, I just lost my dad and I buried him on Wednesday. And I know the difference between dealing with my mom's death versus my dad's death, and I had a great relationship with both. So it's not about that. It's about my relationship that I have with God. That's the difference between the grief process. Always believing in God and always had a background of being in church. But when I lost my mom, I was very much of the world and it crumbled. I didn't know how I was going to live, how I was going to press on through life without her. And I shut down. I shut down the whole year of 2017. I didn't reemerge until 2018. It knocked me off of my feet. And the difference is giving my life back over to Christ in 2021 has made the difference. Having faith and understanding what faith is, having my personal relationship with the Lord, and having a church home and a Bible teaching pastor, along with the support of my fiance and children and other family members. But it's definitely God that has gotten me through my mother's death and is getting me through my dad's. But grief looks a little bit different when you have faith and an understanding that God doesn't make any mistakes. And I know that the relationship me and my dad had, it was a wonderful relationship. We got along good, and it's five of us, and I know that we had the closest relationship of the five. No matter what, throughout the years, no matter how he lived his life, I was always there. He knew that. And the 2 weeks prior to his death was him in the hospital because of two broken ribs. So my sister and I wanted him to come with us. But my dad, being my dad and wanting things his way, and still able to make decisions for himself, he decided he wanted to go home. Well, there was no help for him at home. The person he wanted to take care of him could not. She expressed that she could not take care of him, and she didn't have the desire to want to see if she could do what he needed to be done. So that left my sister and I in a real pickle because he was still in his right mind and we couldn't override him, and he wanted to go home. But based on his condition, he needed help. Being in the hospital 2 weeks from two broken ribs and being 74, while your ribs are healing, you've laid in the bed and your legs have gotten weak. So you definitely need help with moving about and things of that nature. So he didn't want to come with us. He flat out didn't want that, and he definitely didn't want to go to a nursing home. Well, because he was denied being able to come home, and because he didn't want to come home with us, and there was no reason for him to continue to be in the hospital, The social worker had to step in and make a decision, and she made the decision to take him to a nursing home. And they knew that they were going to have a battle because he made it plain and clear he did not want to go there. So they moved him in the middle of the night, early morning, Friday, August 10th. And he woke up, and I know when he woke up and realized where he was, I know he was not a happy camper. So he ate his breakfast, he took his meds, he talked with my little sister because she was boarding a ship to go on a cruise. And he seemed to be in good spirits. And he talked with the CNA, and they laughed, and she turned his TV on and told him she was going to make her rounds and bring his lunch back. Well, by the time she got back to bring his lunch, he had gotten himself into the bathroom, and she found him unconscious, and they rendered aid, but it was too late. But going through this process with the mindset I have now, having faith, and knowing that the Lord is with me and the strength that I need, He's going to give it to me. The endurance that I needed to get through the process, the whole process of funeral arrangements and burial and financial and all of that, I knew He was going to make a way. I praised Him throughout the whole situation. Yes, with a just weary heart, half functioning mind, and I say that because I was not sleeping. So I know He carried me through that. I had the support of my children, my siblings, and my fiance, who was the best. So the grieving process doesn't have to be as hard as it made out to be. It never goes away. My mom passed in 16. I still grieve. I still find myself sometimes thinking about her. But the difference between now and then, I used to cry a lot when I thought about her. Now, when I think about her, every now and then, I may shed a tear. But I find myself laughing, just thinking of all of the good memories. And that's what really gets you through. It's the good memories. And when you know you've done all that you can do and you did right by your parents, the memories are what you're left with. And that's how you get through. It's the memories. It never goes away, but it does get easier. And you have to have faith, and you have to have a relationship with God to even understand the possibility of being able to get through it and to keep living the way that they really would want us to keep living. They want us to keep going. They want us to be strong. They want us to continue with life. But you only going to be able to do that if you move through the grief process efficiently. And there's no right or wrong way. Everybody has their own way. But you can't let it have you stuck. You can't let it overtake you. That's where your faith and the power of the Lord comes in. That's when it comes in. That's when you get through. And I just want to say to anyone that's watching this video, it's possible. I know it's many of us that has lost one parent or maybe even both or a grandmother. And you thought that life was it. You just couldn't do it. You weren't going to be able to go on. But you can and you will. And I want to offer to anyone that's out there going through grief, whether It's new or old, and you just can't seem to get out of that funk. But you want to get out, and you want to move forward, and you want to be able to get back to some sort of normalcy in your life. Well, I can help you with that. If you would follow me at Pink Motivational Ministries on Facebook and DM me, and we can set up a time to meet virtually or in person, and we can walk through some things. You can tell your testimony, and we can share some things. And I want to give you some tools and some encouragement on how to move forward. Sometimes it's going to take more than one session. For me, after my mom passed, I shut down. I didn't want any help. I just didn't accept any help, didn't want any help, and I just wanted to soak. Where I am in my life now and going through my father's passing, I know that you can't do that. That's not the way that you go about this. And you will be doing them a disservice by doing that, because they know it's hard, but they want you to continue on and do some great things. So I'll say, I will, I'm willing to help. I'm willing to help for as long as you need the help, because it's not going to be easy. It gets easier with time, but you have to get there. And I'm willing to go through that with you and get to the other side to where you can be okay. So when you speak of your parent, you can have some laughter based on the memories. And I can help you get to that. So you're going to have those days, those tears are going to sneak down your face, and that's okay. Have those days. Don't muffle it, don't hide it. Have those days, because those days too are a part of the process, and they will get you to the next phase. So I extend that hand to you all. I will be uploading videos like this and other things on different topics. This is Pink Motivational Ministries. And although I will be dealing with some hard topics, the motivation is always going to be in there. The support is always going to be a part of the message. And the message, sometimes you're not going to like it, but you need to hear it, because it's going to help you move forward. So with so many things that I'm excited about to be able to bring to you all, so that we can move forward, and just so you know that you're not alone, and there's someone out there that's willing to help you and genuinely help you and get you where you need to be. There are resources out there. I am connected to a few. What I don't know, I can find out, and I will. And you will get through this. And I just want to make it very clear that this is what God has called me to do. So I'm being obedient. He has called me to go out into the world and let people know how good He is by spreading my own testimonies. I have a few. If you live long enough, you'll know that you go through some things and you come out on the other side. So you don't just have just that one testimony, you have quite a few in a few different areas that can help other people. And that's what He wants us to do. And that's what He has called me to do. So going into my ministry, this is something that I been wanting to do. I started to do it. I got cold feet, but I know with my dad's passing, this is fueling me and giving me what I need in the midst of, is to still go out and help someone else. That's and I don't want his death to be in vain. So that's what I'm taking from him. He is my motivation to keep pushing and to keep going and to keep giving and helping others get to where they need to be. So this is what Pink Motivational Ministries is about. It's about helping others in all realms of life. It's about coaching and getting people where they need and want to be, whether it's through grief, whether it's through relationship, whether you're having children problems, marriage problems, career issues. We can work on those things together. I have sources and I have tools and I have the mindset of research and the mindset of the Lord Jesus Christ put me here to start this ministry so that I can help others in their life to get what they need, and so that we can be healthier and more prosperous, and to hopefully pass this on to someone else who wants to go and wants to tell their story. So having some podcasts and some live streaming is coming. I welcome anybody that sees this that has a testimony and would like to come on and actually be my first guest to get that movement started. I urge you all to follow me on Facebook, Pink Motivational Ministries. My regular Facebook page is Minister Pink. My YouTube page is Pink Motivational Ministries. I also have a website, a blog site, and there's some items that I'm going to be putting up there for sale, some journals and things. And that is www.pinkmotivationalministries.com. So I would like for you guys to go check that out, read some of the blogs. Info that I've put in there, comment. Please DM me if you have any questions, you want to know something. I officiate weddings and funerals and life coaching from a biblical standpoint, from a godly standpoint, from being in multiple situations and being able to come through them, and just from experience and the willing to help others is what I'm here for. And I'll be giving another video on my testimony on how, one of the many testimonies, but on how I got here, because I wasn't always here and I wasn't always saved. So look for that coming up next. But I want to encourage you who has lost a parent. Don't give up. Don't give up. It does get better and you're not alone. All you have to do is DM me, inbox me on Facebook at Pink Motivational Ministries. You can inbox me on YouTube, Pink Motivational Ministries. TikTok, Minister Pink. On my website, there's a place for you to be able to comment, write things, see about the services. Some services are free. Some are based on the situation. Can be simple as a donation. So it just depends. But don't let that stop you, because money or no money, someone needs help and I'm willing to help. And that's what God told me to do. So I'm only doing my job as a good steward and a good child of God. And I'm going to be obedient to his word. And that's what he wants me to do. So that's what I'm going to do. So Pink Motivational Ministries. Today is Sunday, August the 25th, 2024. This is the first video of many to come. This is going to be the start of something good. And I would like to invite you all on the ride and to participate and to help me build and grow so that the ministry can go and we can meet more and more people near and far. So with that being said, I will say thank you for listening. God bless and good night.